Carolina Panthers just came off a playoff appearance for the first time since 2017, 2018 season. And one thing is for sure, this draft class coming up has so much talent and so many good players at the positions of need that we're going to be looking at in this upcoming draft. For example, wide receiver, edge rusher, middle linebacker. This first round has so much talent at those three positions. And there's a talk about if we should take best player available, even if corner is available. That's how deep this first round is, in my opinion, at all those positions. Obviously, the highs might not be there. Like, you don't have an Abdul Carter on the edge. You don't have a Marvin Harrison Jr. level prospect at receiver. But the talent level in this draft class for the Carolina Panthers at pick 19, you're going to have some options available, even if it's corner. Okay, Mike Jackson has been amazing, obviously, his first two seasons, specifically the last 8 games of this season. He still has a year left on his contract. So cornerback could be a position that we don't look at in the first round, but the talent there is even amazing. So in this video, I'm just going to go over with you guys my top 5 prospects in this upcoming draft for the Carolina Panthers, what Dan Morgan should do and what he should look at in this upcoming draft, specifically in the first round. Okay, obviously I'm going to have videos coming out here soon. Senior Bowl is here in the next couple of days. We're going to have a lot of second day prospects, third day prospects in that specific event. We have obviously the combine coming up, all these different things coming up. This is my initial top 5 prospects for the first round. Okay, and obviously I'm gonna have more videos coming out in terms of who we should look at in the second round, third round, fourth round, day 3 prospects. All of that's coming out later. This is my initial top 5 prospects, who we should take with pick 19 if we stay there, or even trade down a couple spots in the first round. I'm going to go from 5 to 1. Starting out with number 5, in my opinion, is cornerback Mansoor Delane out of LSU. I mentioned, obviously, earlier in the video, as soon as we started, I don't know what we're doing with cornerback in this offseason. This is probably unlikely in terms of the needs that we have. Our receiver, edge rusher, middle linebacker, and corner. Cornerback is probably the least likely that we go in the first round. But in terms of prospects in this draft class in the first round, we are good enough, and we had a good enough in 2025 that I think we can go best player available. And Mansoor Delane, it's a type of player that you take a risk on, in my opinion, in terms of a risk, as in you don't really need corner in 2026 because you have JC and Mike Jackson. They're one of the best duos at cornerback this season in the NFL. But Mansoor Delane is elite, man. He's elite. Mike Jackson's gone after the first year. If you just wanted to bring him in, play him in the slot, put Mike Jackson in the slot, let him and JC play on the outside, I don't care. He's that good of a player. He's 6 foot, 190, and you could see, look at 2024, 2025, it looks like his, stats went down. When you turn the film on, man, no quarterback threw his way. He does not let receivers get open at all. Okay, and his frame, he's so fluid as well when he's playing cornerback. If it's zone coverage, there's been so many clips where he just runs differently than other corners, but he covers space so well. He's so fluid in the way he plays both man and zone coverage. And we know in our scheme, especially if Ejiro Evero comes back this season, we play heavy zone coverage. Okay, and he plays really, really good zone at LSU this past season. Only 2 interceptions, but again, when you turn the film on, nobody threw his way. Nobody threw his way. I mean, you turn film on, there's most games where it's like J.C. Horn, where quarterbacks only throw his way 2 or 3 times a game, and he only gave up a 27% completion percentage all year in 2025. He's an elite corner, and he's the type of player that I would take a risk on if you're the Carolina Panthers, if you want to take a cornerback in the first round. Number 4 for me, this is going down, is receiver Makai Lemon. He's one of my favorite players in the draft. And the only reason why he's not higher is because we have more needs than receiver. Obviously, you have T-Mac, you have Jalen Coker, who's ascending at the receiver position. We still need another playmaker at receiver, but I feel like this is a position where you could trade for. Same with pass rusher. I feel like you could trade for a pass rusher more so than the middle linebacker position, which is why there's going to be a middle linebacker in this, ranking that's going to be pretty high because we need that position. It's hard to find middle linebackers, specifically that are young and really good. And receiver and edge rusher are usually positions that are tradable and not really for agency, but you can trade for big time. Makai Lemon is one of the best players in this draft class. Okay, after Carnell Tate, I would argue Makai Lemon is better than Jordan Tyson as well. Our receiver, just because of his slot ability, he's literally a Mecha Gabuka in terms of his size, his speed, his ability to catch the ball, his route running. He's just an all-around receiver, and he has a chance to fall to 19. And if you're the Carolina Panthers and you want to take this offense to the next level, taking a guy like Makai Lemon and putting him in your slot, having Jalen Coker and T-Mac on the outside, knowing that Jalen Coker took that step at both positions in the slot and the outside at receiver, you can take a chance like this. And I think you have the ability to because you made the playoffs and you have the chance to take the offense to the next level with a player like this. People are probably going to be confused why I have a receiver here when you have so many edge rushers, so many middle linebackers in this draft class. Why is a receiver in my top 5 in terms of my prospects for the Panthers to take? It's because of his slot ability. He had 1,100 yards this season and 11 touchdowns and was the best player on USC's offense. And we know USC has a great offense every single season. So, again, he has position versatility, can play in the slot, on the outside. Jalen Cook can do the same. We know T-Mac's going to be on the outside every snap for us. He can step right in, as I mentioned, and become a really good weapon, just kind of like how Emeka Egbuka did this year for the Buccaneers. Step right in right away, make an impact in the slot. He has elite hands and elite route running. He's an all-around receiver that if you're the Carolina Panthers, you have to consider at the receiver position just because he is that good. Number 3, I'm edge rusher Cashius Howell out of Texas A&M. This guy is a game wrecker, man. I mean, you turn the film on, he's very similar to a Nick Scorton level player this past season. I feel like the reason why he only had 4 sacks in 2024, you turn the film on, they did not use him correctly. They mainly used Nick Scorn as a pass rusher. And even the start of this season, they dropped him in coverage a lot on the edge. When they really let him play that role of being the main pass rusher, 11 and a half sacks this year in 12 games. He's elite, man. He has crazy bend. Him and David Bailey are literally neck and neck when it comes to speed and bend off the edge. And I mean, again, great size and frame. His bend is, again, crazy. What bend means, if you guys don't understand, is basically how fast can you just rip and go just around, the tackles, bending your body to get around the tackles. He has so much film of him doing that all season long and just creating pressure, right? And again, he complements Nick very well because Nick Scorton is slowly getting better in the pass rush game, but we know his main strength is the run game. We know that's his main strength. Cashius Howell will come right away and literally be our best pass rusher. Like right away would be our best pass rusher. His speed ability is crazy. As I mentioned, crazy bend. And you have really good bend as an edge rusher when you can, you stand a pass rusher and have great speed. He's that type of player. 6'2", 248, 4 sacks in 2024. That was when they didn't really use him to the ability that they used him in 2025 after Nick Scorn left. And then after playing him a couple games where he dropped back in coverage a lot, didn't really do a lot in terms of pass rush game, he had 11 and a half sacks. 11 and a half sacks, 31 tackles, did his thing in the pass rush game. And again, they complement each other very well, talking about Nick Scorn and Cashius Howell. And before I do head into my final top 2 prospects initially for the first round for the Carolina Panthers, man, the top 3, in my opinion, are so interchangeable. Like, it doesn't matter. I feel like these are 3 great players. Obviously, starting with Cashius Howell, going to my top 2. These are all 3 great players. I really feel like they're all interchangeable. If you think Cashius Howell is the best prospect in terms of that range, you think he's going to be number 19, or you think he should be picked 19 because of that ability that he does have, the potential that he does have, I will not be mad at you. If you think one of the other 2 players should be number 1, I will not be mad at you. Okay, this is my opinion, just based off of watching film, experience, age, all that is going to factor into why I have my top 5, okay? Simple as that. With that being said, number 2, Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. Obviously, this is going to be a very big fan pick at this moment. Sonny Styles is a player that a lot of Panther fans want for good reason, man. He is an elite, a great middle linebacker, okay? Obviously, Arvell Reese, okay, his running mate this season, is more of a versatile linebacker. He can play on the edge. He can play middle linebacker. Kind of started him there. Then towards late this season, started to move him around a little bit. Sonny Styles was mainly a middle linebacker at the end of the year, and that's his role, man. And we need a player like that, okay? Arvell Reese, unfortunately, isn't even going to fall to us. If he had the ability to fall to 19, he would be on this list for sure just because of that versatility that he does have. You can play him on the edge. You can play him in the middle of the defense. Sonny Styles is solely a middle linebacker, and he's a tackling machine, man. He's 6'4", 243. Last season, played 16 games, had 100 total tackles and 10 and a half tackles for loss. This season, okay, playing his real role of middle linebacker, had 82 total tackles and 6.5 TFLs. Okay, had a great season. That was all in 14 games. Obviously, Arvell Reese has a big factor in maybe the dip in numbers, but he was a elite tackler all year long. He's an every down linebacker. Pretty sure he was calling the plays for Ohio State all season long. for that defense. He has high IQ, elite size, man, for the middle linebacker position, and solid zone ability to play in his zone coverage, man. This is a position of need. This is arguably the biggest need heading into the offseason. So if you think Sonny Styles, in terms of the range that we're picking, is the best available prospect, is the best player available when we get to 19 and he's still there, let's say two of these players are still there and you think Sonny Styles because of the positional need, I get it. Okay, I understand it. I still feel like this team is not there to just go straight up. Let's just draft based off first need. I really feel like we have the ability to draft best player available if we wanted to, like corner, receiver, or positional need can obviously factor, and we could take a linebacker, take an edge rusher. We'll have to see, but Sonny Styles for me is a great player, man. Pure middle linebacker. We need that position bad. And I think he's someone that should be on the radar. Pick 19. Is there a chance he gets picked earlier? Absolutely, because he's that good of a player. But he's someone that can easily fall to 19 and maybe even farther, just depending on how the draft board falls on draft night, which we know it changes almost every single day. So we shall see. Sonny Styles is my number 2 prospect in my initial top 5. My number 1 overall player for the Carolina Panthers for the first round prospects is going to be edge rusher Akeem Mesidor out of Miami, man. This guy's elite. Okay. The only factor and the only downside of Akeem Mesidor, I guess you could say, is literally his age. He's going to be 25 at the start of next season. Okay. Literally the only downside of Akeem Mesidor. He's coming in arguably as the most polished, stepping right away pass rusher. And again, Nick Scoren being so good against the run, you can just take a polished edge rusher at the age of 25, plug him in right away, have the ability to get to the quarterback and give you 8 sacks as a rookie. I feel like next season he's that good. He had more sacks than Ruben Bain. I think Ruben Bain had 9.5 sacks this year. He's a top 10 potential pick in this upcoming draft at the edge position. He had 12.5 sacks. Key Mesidor did this season, 68 tackles, bro. He's elite in pass rush. You turn the film on, he's just a game wrecker, man. He easily had the best games, I feel like, out of any pass rusher in this draft. He had the best overall games this past season in 2025. In the playoffs, he was a beast. And again, you could say, oh, because Ruben Bain is so good. He had more sacks than Ruben Bain. I could argue that he had a bigger impact in some games, in big games, than Ruben Bain did. He's that good of a player. Literally, the only reason why he's not projected top 10, just like Ruben Bain, is because of his age. He's going to be 25. But at the end of the day, again, this team is good enough. This team has made the playoffs this past season. I feel like you're at a point where you can take a edge rusher who's polished like this and plug him in right away. He can give you 8 sacks in year 1. And Nick Scoren can take that step 2 and give you another 8-9 sacks this year, and you have a good duo next season, because at the end of the day, this is a big position of need. I mean, let's be honest. Derek Brown was leading your team in sacks pretty much all year long. So this is the position that, we have to consider in the first round again, right? Or not again, because we took T-Mac last year, but this is a position that you have to consider taking in the first 2 rounds again, and hoping that you can get, production. Even no matter how much the staff loves Princely and Nick Scoren, you got to find a way to either trade for one, draft a good edge rusher, or draft one here in the first round, second round, get a good player like this. But Akeem Mesidor, man, pick 19, I mean, in my opinion, that's good value. And he's projected to be like in the 15 to late first round range anyway. So you're going to get a good player at pick 19. And arguably, I think the value is there. He's a top 15 player in this draft, in my opinion. It's just the age, man. That's the only reason why he is not projected top 10, just like Ruben Bain, is because of his age. But I don't care, man. When you're that good and you're that polished, I don't care how old you are. We're drafting you to come in right away in year 1 and give us 8-9 sacks. Okay, it's just like simple, man. And we know edge rusher is a position that has longevity. It's not like the running back position. He can come in right away at the age 26 and give us good 8 years. Retire at 35 years old, right? It's not crazy. Okay, it's not crazy to draft somebody at the age of 25 years old, and he can step in right away and give you 8-9 sacks right away. I mean, this it's hard to do that, right? So that's my last player, man. Great player, arguably, I think one of the most polished players in this draft class. I think because of his age as well, but he's so good, man. He's so good. Akeem Mesidor is my number 1. And to kind of tell you guys, I had a tough time doing this. There were like 7-8 players that I wanted to put in here, like Jamal McCoy out of Tennessee. He was initially in my top 5. It's just hard to put him in there because he did not play all 2025 because of an ACL tear. In terms of talent, if we went solely based on 2024 film, and just talent wise, he's in my top 3 in terms of prospects, or at least he's over Mansoor Delane. But because he didn't play pretty much all 2025 this season because of that ACL tear he had in 2024, it's hard to put him in here. It's just it's hard to do it. Like it would have been hard to do that. I also want to put David Bailey in here. I just don't think he's going to fall to 19. He's too good. I think he's arguably the best in terms of potential wise at the edge position because of his size, his speed. He has crazy bend. Like I don't know, man. He has the craziest tools in this draft class. I just do. Like his potential is insane. Um, but I think stepping right away, Keem Mesidor is better. But David Bailey, it would have been stupid to put him in here because he's not falling to pick 19. He's going to be a top 12 pick because he's that good, and he will most likely be the first edge rusher off the board because of his potential at that position. But yeah, guys, this is my top five. I really liked it. I feel like took my time with this one. Okay, I broke down a lot of film from all these players. You know, a lot of game. You know, all 22 film from this season specifically. Try to figure this top five out initially. Again, it's going to change as the combine comes along and everything like that. But if you guys are new, be on the lookout for free agent videos coming out soon. A bunch of draft videos. Like I'm literally going to give y'all so much content as the offseason continues to progress. I know I'm in a little different area if you guys are new watching my videos, man, but I'm in the process of something big for you guys. So you guys just stay tuned for that. Um, and I'm gonna just come in for you guys strong for next month or two, and then I'll have that announcement coming out here in about that time span here in about a month or two. But that was my top five, man. Let me know what you guys liked, what you guys would have changed, who you guys would have had in there instead of a certain player. I just think this is the top five for me, and again, it's probably going to change by the time we get to March and April, but this is my initial top five prospects heading into the offseason when it comes to the draft. And be on the lookout as well. I'll probably do another top five for free agency, kind of my big targets for free agency when we're talking about the NFL and the Carolina Panthers, how we should approach free agency as well in this upcoming draft. So, Senior Bowl's this weekend. Be on the lookout maybe for some videos next week for sure. Next week, some Senior Bowl stuff. It's on Saturdays is the main Senior Bowl, so be on the lookout for some videos for that as well next week. So if you guys are new, subscribe for me. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace. Keep pounding.